Hi Libra, welcome back to those of you who are my subscribers, and welcome those of you who are not my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Jackie. This is going to be a Libra read for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the first 2 weeks in May. I hope you guys are doing well. Remember, it's a general. Most of you know what that means. You take what resonates, throw out the rest. It's not possible to get it on point for everyone every single time, right? That's impossible. Only during personal readings, which, by the way, I'm going to be starting personal readings this coming week. I'm going to post about it. I haven't really started doing that yet on the YouTube platform. It's a little bit of a different process for me than something that I'm used to. But yeah, a lot of you guys are asking, so I think it'll be fun for us to check that out together. Okay, so let's see what we have for you guys. Well, I like that future card. Shut this light. I think I get better. Yeah, I think you could see it actually a little better that way, right? Okay. Look at the death card. Okay, this is the horseshoe spread if you haven't figured that out yet. Okay. Do have the death card in there, but I like that. I like the death card for you. Yeah, I'm getting a very good feeling. Libra, you end with the sun. It's reversed, but so what? It's really nothing. Okay, good. Let's get into this. Let's pull a crowning energy for you guys. Let's see what's up. Ah, beautiful. Come to the edge. I like this card. Beautiful card for a transformative time, which is what we're in right now. Yes, yes. Okay, so let's just talk about what we have here. So, come to the edge. This is a great crowning energy. This is courage. This is courage. Show it to you guys. You see it? Beautiful card. You can see that. Yeah. Taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, accepting risk. This is saying that the only choice you really have right now, if you want to progress your life forward, is to face the unknown. And Libra, just know it's okay to be afraid, you know? You're being called to listen to your heart and soul and not so much your head right now. And this is going to be requiring you to step into unfamiliar territory. And it's necessary at this point for you to move toward what you ultimately want for yourself, is what I'm getting. If there was ever a time for you to take a leap in faith forward into the unknown, it's now. The energy's really, really supporting that. Yeah. You don't need to know everything about where you're going at this point either. This energy is more about baby steps, taking the steps toward it. Plotting out what you're going to do, and taking those first initial steps, basically pulling yourself out of stagnation. And this is your crowning energy. So we'll come back to that, meaning that this is the energy that's blessing your reading over this time period, but where you will ultimately end up. So we'll get you story when we go through the other cards, but I'm getting that this energy indicates the results are going to be really amazing, Libra. I like this. Those of you in a relationship, okay, I'm getting that. Okay, how do I say this? In relationship, we all have, for the most part, parts of ourselves that we don't show, even those that are closest to us, because a lot of times it's parts of ourselves that we don't even like to show ourselves very much, right? I'm talking about the deep part of yourself that you hide. But this energy is indicating if you're in a relationship where you have your defenses up in any way, or even if your partner does, and I know this is really a scary thing, but this is time to show your partner who you really are and what you really look like. To let them see the part of yourself that you've been keeping hidden and protected. And now is the time to take the risk and really let yourself be seen. But Libra, I'm saying, even if you're not in a relationship, I'm getting that this is just in life in general. This is a time for you just to be seen, not a time to play it safe. And you're going to be so glad you did. For those of you not in relationships, though, the same applies. If you're going to be meeting somebody new during this time, show people who you really are. Just be you. right? Covering up and hiding behind things is a way of protecting the parts of yourself that you're just too scared to show anyone is no longer going to work in your life. If you really want a very healthy, fulfilling, intimate relationship, for many of you, this is going to be a time of really looking at your past and understanding your fears and understanding that in order for you to have different results in your life, you need to change what you've been doing. And that makes sense, right? What's the definition of insanity? Is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, right? We all know that. It's very hard, though, to actually put that into play, though, right? So, yeah. For many of you, I'm getting that you're going to be doing this in how you do relationships. And for many of you, this is going to be relating to how you do career. You know, this energy is just really prompting you to let go of any fear that you just don't need anymore. Because most of what you fear right now is an illusion anyway, that's grounded in an old belief that's not even really true, you know? So now as you enter into this new phase of your life, look, it would be ridiculous of me to say not to be a little scared, right? There's a reason we feel fear, right? It's to protect ourselves. And when you're going into a space of something that's unfamiliar, at the very least, it's okay and normal to be a little afraid. But this energy is challenging you to summon up the courage in spite of your fear, and even if you're not feeling really confident, to just, you know, go after what it is that you want, even if, whether it's in a relationship or career. I'm kind of getting a very 50-50 split vibe here with that. For some of you, it's just going to be career. Others of you, it's going to be in relationship. So getting into the cards, we have in your past position, your past energy is the Ace of Wands. So some of you may be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sag, right? Because it is a fire, it's Wands. But the Wand energy really does symbolize like careful use and consideration and application of will and intention. You know what I mean? It's like this decision where, okay, I'm going to move forward and I'm going to bring this to myself. This is what I want to do. And the fact that it's an ace indicates to me that this recent past, you were in a space of just feeling really spontaneous, almost in an uncontainable way, impulsive, feeling this overwhelming desire to move your life forward. Overwhelming. And I like this card. This card is very auspicious for every aspect of your life, and it does lighten up any negative minor arcanas that are close by, which is great. So that's always great. But this indicates that you were in a place of new beginnings, of saying, you know what? This no longer works for me. I'm making changes. You know, new beginnings, a great time, you know, for work and for starting something new. Many of you in this recent past experience, I'm getting a flash of inspiration, so much so that it's like you knew immediately what you needed to do in order to move your life forward in the way that you want. That doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, but it means that it finally hit you. And I am getting that before this, many of you were having a really challenging time, but as your recent past, I get a feeling that whatever you're involved in, and that you're just working on pulling yourself out of it with this new sense of renewal and determination to make changes in your life. So I really like that, okay? I do like that. And then in your present energy, we have the Three of Wands, Libra. I love this energy for you. This is great. This card represents the Sun in Aries, which is confidence and courage and optimism. And the Sun is exalted in Aries, which it serves as the sub-ruler of the sign. And the Sun is recognized as the potent source of strength, wisdom, and enlightenment here. So I really like that, because this indicates a time of leadership and initiation that you're going to be forcing yourself to take part in your life. Because the reason I'm saying force is because at the same time, this does indicate a certain level of inexperience in a certain area, you know, or a strength in a certain area that hasn't been fully tested. So for some of you, you know, maybe it's a new career, or maybe you're in the same career, but you're just venturing onto a different path. that you've never been on before. For others of you, this could absolutely be in the form of a relationship or a friendship, but something that is new that you're moving forward in, some sort of new direction. But there's a feeling here that while you wait for this transition to progress forward, you're going to know you made the right decisions, that you're making the right decisions. So I love this. You're going to be feeling really confident as these hopes are being realized right now. And there's a feeling here that you finally, Libra, you understand your place in this world. You know, because the Three of Wands is found in the third sphere of understanding, which corresponds to Saturn, which is the planet of structure and form. So what's so great about this energy is that it's based in reality and pragmatics, you know, like I have to do this and then I have to do that. And this just tells me that you're moving your life forward in a very practical and deliberate way right now. Like, you don't know everything, and you're making yourself be okay with that right now. I love this for you. I love it. Right? That was your present. Now moving into the future, to me, this is the perfect card to get. It's death in reverse, which is great. Believe it or not, the death card is not a bad omen. Okay? It's a card of transition. This is the card of Scorpio. So some of you may be dealing with Scorpio, but the death card is like the phoenix, you know, the phoenix being reborn out of the ashes. So it indicates the completion of one chapter of your life and the exciting new start of another. So for you, Libra, I'm getting that the changes that you've made or that you're going through right now are going to require that you're going to have to say goodbye to certain relationships or situations in your life. So this could be friendships, it could be a job, it could be, for some of you, an intimate relationship. You know, but the energy is asking you to release old habits, old patterns, old relationships that have served their purpose, you know, for whatever they were supposed to serve in your life, and now should just be relegated to the pages of your history. You know, this really is a new mindset too. And the fact that it's reverse only indicates that you may be reacting to this energy with some anxiety and stress. You know, be challenged to accept all of these changes entirely right now. Because I'm getting that even though you know moving forward is the right thing for you in your life, there's this realization in the fact that whatever you're moving out of, there's no way back to. Like, that relationship can't be fixed. That employer is not going to change their mind. That friend is never going to see what they're doing, you know, and how unhealthy it is. You know, whatever it is, depending, because this is a general read, so you take it how it applies. But even changes that we motivate, though, are not always easy, right? Especially if we're leaving behind something that we held very close to our hearts at one time. Even if it's a job that you no longer like. If you liked it at one point and you really enjoy your colleagues, it's tough to leave. You know, even if only from the standpoint of it having been a staple in your life that will no longer be there. Because in a way, Libra, that means the death of a piece of yourself, right? And that's hard sometimes. That's always hard. That's why change is hard. People always say, oh, change is hard. Change is always hard because it means a shifting away from what was, and that very often requires us to leave something behind, even if only a piece of ourselves, right? Yeah. All right, so your best course of action energy came up as the Knight of Swords. So this indicates that you're in for a really unpredictable little roller coaster ride, maybe even a bit of a tempestuous time with a period of highs and lows, and sudden truths may come to light and underlying conflicts are going to be exposed, and these are issues that you have to deal with right now. And while you may not even be responsible for the cause of any of this, what counts now and what's being paid attention to by the energy is how you handle it. And this energy suggests that you wait until the situation is more calm before making a move. So for those of you who may be leaving a job, this would indicate to not be too compulsive in your decision to leave and to wait until the right time, and whatever that means for you. And the same idea applies if you're in a relationship. Like, just, running in, packing a bag, and leaving may not be the smartest course of action for you. So wait until some sort of situation that you may be in here settles down. Let the energy settle down a little bit, okay? And then the position of other people and how they affect you came up as the Hermit reverse. So this indicates that the people in your life right now are making you feel very alone and unsupported. But this energy does indicate that, Libra, honestly, that it's more of an attitude than a reality. So it's worth asking yourself if you're actually avoiding getting any help right now, or really opening up to somebody about everything that's been going on, like the raw truth of everything. You may just be holding all of this inside of you, So this card also does indicate accepting a certain role, like that of maybe victim or martyr, and that you're finding it really hard to let go of something due to a habit or stubbornness. So this can certainly apply. I find this energy applies most frequently to relationships, where it's just so hard to let go a lot of the times, because many relationships after a while do become more of a habit, but something that is part of us. But I'm getting that many of you feel cut off from your usual support system, and I'm getting that some of you might have even been unfriended by those that you trusted, like unfriended, But this is indicating a really good time to just withdraw for a little bit and rely on your own guidance, because Libra, this is the thing, especially because we have the Nine of Wands as your obstacle or fear. I'm getting that people in your life right now, as you try to progress your life forward and make positive changes for yourself, don't be surprised if some people in your life are not very supportive because they feel threatened by your moving forward. That's so common too, right? I mean, as people try to move forward and make these improvements, it's threatening to people close to them a lot of the times, even though it shouldn't be. They often feel like that because it's a threat then to their life with that person and what they know to be true of that person and how that person stands in their life, really does become more about them. So you're just going to have to know this going in, that sometimes growing pains, I could tell you from personal experience, growing pains to end up in an incredible place sometimes creates a sense of loneliness, You just have to know it's temporary though, because time passes and things change and things settle in. So we have this Nine of Wands. So yeah, your obstacle or fear position. So this is telling me that you're in a place of feeling very defensive right now, and that's keeping you in a negative mindset. And this is bringing me back to potential person or people, but that's only because you're feeling very scared right now, but this is really more perception than it is reality. I'm getting for you. For many of you, I'm getting that, I don't know if this is going to make sense to any of you, but I am getting it, so I have to say it, that many of you are afraid of having something stolen or taken from you. So this can be your idea at work, some sort of product of creativity, or for many of you, I'm even getting your partner. You're afraid somebody's going to try to come in and take your partner while you're going through this transition. I don't know. But Libra, this energy is saying that it's your perception more than anything, and that you really don't have anything to be afraid of. Don't be afraid to walk into this unknown territory. And again, those people who might be trying to hold you back, they just feel threatened by you moving your life forward. That's all that is, Just be mindful of that. And then, come on, a final outcome card. Whoa, my favorite card in the deck. It's the Sun. It's reversed, but so what? It's impossible to see any negative to the Sun even when it's reversed, because The Sun brings success and achievement. It is one of the most positive cards in the major arcana. If you have had a challenging time, the Sun shows that every aspect of your life will improve now, which is amazing. You'll enjoy more energy, and if you or someone close to you has been suffering with some sort of health problem, this energy suggests a recovery and a return to good health. This is the energy of growth, and it's very supportive of any creative endeavors that you might be on right now, your business, any relationships that are of great value in your life. They're just going to see a breath of new life breathed into them. And for many of you, this indicates being reunited with a past love or a past friendship that you wished never ended. The only thing to mention about it being reversed is that there could be a delay in achieving this energy, which is very much in alignment with what the collective is experiencing right now. You know, with Uranus, the grandfather, up in the sky overlooking everything, you want to think of a very, very, very old man moving really deliberately, but clearly in a positive direction, but doing so at a snail's pace. So all of these transitions that we're going through right now are deliberately happening very slowly to give us an opportunity to unravel and transition in a healthy way, you know, because we need to process as a collective as we transition. I mean, just think about when you do something really quickly, you don't have time to think of all of the important elements that need to be taken into consideration, right? So while we want the end result like yesterday, this is simply the energy we're in, and I think we're all feeling it. It's this slow progression, but it is happening. Yes, it is happening. And I love this for you, Libra, because it's showing me that you're really allowing yourself, scared or not, to move yourself forward. This is a very clear message for those of you who this resonated with. Absolutely. I don't even feel the need to qualify anything. This is a great reading. I love it. Ending with the Sun, starting with the Ace of Wands and ending with the Sun. Blah, blah, blah for the rest of it, you know. This is good stuff. Okay, for those of you who are interested, I'm going to be posting this week. Those of you who are not in communication with someone you care about and what they're thinking about you, it's been requested a great deal for me to do another read like that. So I'm going to be putting that out this week. If you're not interested in that, then I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for the end of May readings. But thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.